You all have been killing the SSQ4 video, but as I look through the comments of the video, the shorts, the posts, I see so many commonly asked questions. So I scoured through all of them and decided to make this video, trying to answer all of your questions. Make it a one-stop shop for any SSQ4 questions you have that I can answer. So without any further ado, this is the SSQ4 Q&A session. The first commonly asked question about the SSQ4 is the air efficiency. Well, I first started off, my tank was at around 2,500 PSI after about 2 hours of shooting almost continuously, stopping in between to refill mags. It went from 2,500 PSI to 1,500 PSI. So about 1,000 PSI in the span of shooting about, I would say 1,500 rounds. So there's your baseline from my experience. To go along that, I had my tank and regulator set to about 115, 120-ish PSI the whole time. And I don't think it'll make a difference, but I had my impasse set to about 1.5 joules on 0.32 gram BBs. Piggybacking off of the BB weight comment, the next commonly asked question was, what weight BBs should I use? The SSQ4 is hungry for heavyweight BBs. I would honestly recommend that you use 3.2s, but the lowest I think you should go is 2.8s. This thing can hop anything from 2.8s all the way up to like 4.6s. I use 3.2s because I also use tracer BBs, and that's the heaviest weight BBs you can get tracers in for the most part. But I honestly recommend you don't go lower than 3.2s with this, and use premium BBs. The thing with not just the SSQ4, but gas blowbacks in general is the way the loading nozzle works of slamming that round into the chamber. You want high quality BBs or else they're gonna dent, they're gonna break, and then you're gonna get left with a bunch of jams in your replica, and that's not fun for anyone. After BB weight, the thing a lot of people ask about is, does the bolt lock back on empty? Yes, it does. As you can see, it does lock back on empty like a normal gas blowback. If I were to take this mag out, YouTube, this is airsoft, no BBs in here. There is a tab right here. On your traditional gas blowback mag, this will be the tab that interferes with the Z plate or whatever locking mechanism the gas blowback has that allows when the bolt goes back, the bolt catch comes up and it locks back as so. That's what this tab does. The HPA version does lock back on empty. And piggybacking off of that, the mag compatibility. Yes, this does take proprietary mags. Why, you may ask? Well, if we were to show this one more time, inside the mag well, we have our HPA line that runs out of the mag well into the grip down through the pistol grip. Because of that, the mags need to be built a little different with this massive cutout in the middle that allows for the airline and the little HPA module to sit comfortably in. Due to that, it takes proprietary mags. I wouldn't put it past someone on something like Colts 3D to design a EPM mag sleeve, but just know that for now, you will have to use proprietary mags until someone designs some sort of mag sleeve adapter that an EPM can fit in. And when you do that, let me know. I'd be excited to try that out. Just needs this cutout right here. And lastly, on the mags, how many BBs does this hold? 125 rounds. Probably closer to 120 rounds, but it says on their website 125. Why 125 BBs? Well, in Desert Fox's new video where he played with Novrage, he gave a little bit of an explanation on that. They wanted to prioritize reliability and feeding rather than mag capacity. They said they definitely probably could do that, but what happens is that you get what's known in AEG and HPA systems of mid-cap syndrome, where the spring tension on the mag presses the BBs too far into the hop-up chamber, making it so that the loading nozzle can't easily push the BB into the barrel. When that happens, you get something like your first few shots are just falling down at a low FPS, and then once the spring tension lessens, then that's when you start getting the normal feeding. They wanted to not have mid-cap syndrome, especially with a gas blowback setup, so they let it have 125 rounds. Me personally, I would like to see a 35 round option. I thought that would be cool, more realism. Next up, build quality. If we take a look at the internals, I said it in my original video and I still feel by it after shooting it for some time. This thing is built solid. It has a pretty nice build quality. It has steel parts. If we take my magnetic screwdriver, hammer, steel, release, locking mechanism, mag latch, mag release, pins, bolt release, body pins, this thing, the screw on the safety selector itself, the pins that hold the trigger in place, the mag release right there, the mag catch right there. Everything you want to be steel is steel. This has almost a full steel internal components. The only thing right now that I've noticed that isn't steel is the trigger, you know, everything else that's polymer on here. But yeah, full steel internal construction, so you don't have to worry about wear and tear there. And we have the steel bolt that we'll get to later on in this video. So build quality, I believe, is very solid. Even that pin that was walking out on me that I talked about in my initial video, I took some thread lock, put it on there, let it dry up, then reinserted the pin into its place, and it hasn't walked out since. So build quality gets my thumb of approval. I definitely do like this. And since we have this busted open and talking about the internals, a big thing was who OEMs this replica. It is Well Pro. There is a video online, I forgot his name, but I'll find it and have it right here, of a guy who took apart the adapter and everything, and literally the body of this replica is identical to the new Well Pro KS1. So this is OEM'd by Well Pro and using Well Pro's parts. And that seems like a good segue into bolts. The normal bolt that comes with it versus the steel bolt that comes with it, versus, you know, your normal gas blowback gas blowback bolt. Up on screen here is a comparison of all three bolts and their recoil impulse. I'll let you look at that real quick. But the question a lot of you had is, for one, does the steel bolt make a difference? Two, I'm about to sneeze. Two, does the recoil feel different from the steel bolt versus the stock bolt? And three, how does it compare to your normal MWS gas blowback? I'll group them all into the segment. For one, the steel bolt, slightly faster cyclic rate, which makes sense because it is a lighter weight bolt. The steel bolt, you get a little more of that recoil impulse. I compare it to that of my Toxicant MCX. It feels almost exactly the same to me. And of course not, it's not going to have the same recoil impulse as a full-size bolt. If we take a look at both of these, there is a lot more mass going on in this one than this one. Here's a comparison. It is literally half the size of this bolt right here. And the travel of this bolt is longer. The steel bolt, its travel ends right here. A full-size gas blowback bolt goes all the way into the buffer tube, hitting there. You know, there's a thing called physics. If you have more mass traveling at the same speed over a longer distance, you're gonna have more force put onto you, rather than something with less mass traveling a shorter distance. It's just the nature of the game. They went with speed and snappiness over recoil, so you cannot expect this bolt to give you the same recoil impulse as this bolt. But how does it feel? There's a question that I saw that I really liked, and I'll throw it up like right here. of how do I think it feels to me. For me, I explained it as your standard fighting rifle versus a competition shooting rifle. You're gonna want the competition one to be faster, quicker, snappier, have all the bells and whistles for the faster reloads while still being accurate and staying on target. Your fighting rifle, you want it to be rugged, reliable, and able to just be thrown in any sort of situation and work. This right here is your competition rifle. It'll be fast, it'll be snappy. It's something that's meant to be somewhat of a gas rifle that can compete with your AEGs and HPA in speed and consistency. That's this purpose. If you do not want that as its purpose, then this isn't meant for you. So I hope that answers a lot of those questions right there. Next up, a lot of people ask me about my particular setup. Right here. So we'll go over this and a little bit of a sponsored segment because all of this right here is from the same company that has now decided to sponsor the channel, which I very much appreciate, Spec Precisions. Go check them out. I'll have everything linked down in the description. But if we quickly take a look at this, at the top right here, we have the Spec Precisions Eotech, the new 2026 version. It comes with this kill flash and everything, which is super cool. And it comes with this camo wrap that matches my Ngal right here, also found on Spec Precisions. This one also comes with the camo wrap, but you can, if you already have an Ngal, you can buy it separate. Same for the Eotech wrap on their website. All that sits on this riser right here. I don't have the name up right now, but again, I'll link it in the description. This is also from Spec Precisions, and all that gets you this look right here. If we were to move up to the front, my hand stop right here is the Chop Stop V2. It's actually a North Carolina company, which is super sick to be supporting someone else from North Carolina. So if you want this, check out the Chop Stop V2 and go send them some support. Up here at the front is a flashlight. This is a Scout Light clone, also from Spec Precisions, linked in the description. And on top of that is this M-LOK mount. It's a QD M-LOK rail mount. Don't know the exact name, but I got off of Amazon, and if you just type in QD M-LOK Picatinny rail section, it'll come out. At the front, right here, we have my Q Trash Panda on top of the Q Cherry Bomb, and there's a Q whistle tip that I put somewhere that also comes in this package. I got this package from 6mm Airsoft. Sadly, they don't ship to the US anymore, so you're just gonna have to look around maybe to try and find that. But yeah, that's where I got that. On the back is a Maple Leaf Picatinny stock adapter. The way this works is you just unscrew the Picatinny section, you thread in from this side, or no, it's actually this side. You thread it in from the side into your buffer tube area, then you screw back on the Picatinny segment and you're good to go. Behind that is the Strike Industries dual folding stock. If you want a cheaper option, I will link it in the description. And yeah, that's basically the build right here. Love it. On the mags, I have some 300 blackout style Ranger bands things. And here is a Magpul Dst cover that says 300 blackout. That is the build. Along with all that, we have next up, the next commonly asked question is, does this take aftermarket parts? Yes and no. We will quickly go over what you can put on it. One question was, pistol grips. Can you replace the pistol grip? Yes, with an exception. You do have to drill a hole right about here into your pistol grip for the airline to easily come through without getting kinked or nicked. If you do that, it does take aftermarket pistol grips. I'll combo these two together because, you know, they're the same, but barrel nuts and handguards. Does it take aftermarket barrel nuts and handguards? Again, yes and no. So for your barrel nut, they need to be thin enough to clear. There's a screw right here that holds the hop up in place. They need to be thin enough to get past that screw without interfering with it. And for the handguard, you need to do a little bit of DIY work and Dremel a little half dome shape. I'll actually get an example because I did this. You need to Dremel a little half dome shape into your handguard for it to clear the hop-up unit also right here. Sadly, I did this and then found out that the barrel nut was slightly too large to fit, so I just have a little bit of a cut right there, but it is a very simple thing to do. It took me about 5 minutes to do it, and if your barrel nut works, then you have a working handguard that can go onto it. HPA line, I actually do not know. It does take aftermarket HPA lines if you can find the black plastic ones, but I don't know necessarily the full rating of this line. It's written somewhere on here, but I do not want to take this apart again. But if you can find a Teflon HPA line that's rated for the pressures of airs that we're using, yes, it does take it. My tapped adapters have a similar HPA line that was able to fit the little plug-in nib thing right there. So whatever model that TAP uses, a long enough one will work on this also. A generic question, how do I remove the orange tip? Because on this, the orange tip does have a pin in it. Just a heat gun. I took a heat gun, heated up until the plastic started melting, and took needle nose pliers and pulled the pin out, then twisted off the orange tip. If you don't have a heat gun, you can do a hair dryer for a long time, but if you're doing stuff like this, you should invest in a heat gun. They're not that expensive and they go a long way. Proprietary parts. So far, all that I know that is proprietary is the magazines because of, you know, the gap that we talked about. But everything else seems to be standard spec now that we know that it's Well-Pro. Well-Pro parts should fit in and around this. So that's a good thing to know. I know the bucking is maple leaf, the barrel is a standard GBB barrel. The hop-up, I haven't really looked at the hop-up arm yet, or nub, so that is still up in the air. But we have kind of tracked down everything else in this as a community. The only truly proprietary thing is the mags. But again, I feel as though if this thing gets as popular as it is, someone on Colts 3D will design a mag sleeve so people can use their EPM ones into this. Okay, with all that out of the way, you should know everything you need to know about the SSQ4. If you do have any more comments, leave them down in the description and I will try to answer all of those. But hopefully this can be your one-stop shop for the SSQ4. But now, some of the comments I wanted to address with the SSQ4 that I've been seeing circulating around. There has been some more development in the space. It's definitely been a controversial, if you would say, airsoft replica. There's a lot of people that love it. There's a lot of people that do not like it. And there's a few people that just straight up hate it. It's like, man, I wish I had the time on my hands to hate things as much as some people do, which is a crazy statement. So, since my video release on the SSQ4, an average video release on the SSQ4, a lot of people's video release, Frog Engineering has also released a video on the SSQ4, addressing some comments and concerns about its design. I went ahead and watched the video, but I will link it down to give him views because I do love Frog Engineering and would definitely like some of his HPA conversions for some of my gas blowbacks that give me a hard time. In that video, he addressed the design of the HPA module inside of the SSQ4 and confirmed partial thoughts that I've had about it and its whole design process. And he states himself that it's not a carbon copy of his design. I definitely can see where it's been inspired by the design, but there's a term in engineering, I forget the exact term, but it's when you are not innovating, but when you are trying to solve a problem, there is an obvious solution. There's a lot of ways to get to that obvious solution, but when you're designing and iterating on it, you often come to the same design to solve that solution because there is an optimal design flow to get there. And that's basically what he talks about in his video of the design. It's similar, but it's just like, it's not a new thing. There's a lot of companies that do it. And, you know, I've been back in airsoft for about 4 or 5 years now, and I need you all to help me understand this. I don't know where the blatant hate for Novage products come from. Because in me, knowing what goes on a little bit in the industry and seeing all the things, they are a distributor just like most other companies are distributors. Let me explain. So what a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of our airsoft replicas come from the same manufacturer in the same plant. It's just sent out to different companies. So the same way that EMG has their line of replicas, they are mostly just OEM'd by EMG. They put their label on it, but the manufacturers, places like Well Pro and SEMA and things like that, or LCT, and even those parts that get made are coming from the same factory, just going to different distributors. That's what Navraj is doing with their stuff. You know, like we said, I saw one comment, maybe I'll throw it up here, of, oh, Navraj just ripped off a Well Pro. No, they had Well Pro manufacture it, send it over to them so that they could throw their logo on it the same way that they do with every company does with replicas. So I truly don't understand the absolute disdain some people have with Navraj products. I can get the QC side of things, like, you know, if a brand has a little worse QC and there's some replicas that get out there that aren't that good. Like I remember the GHK AKs had a lot of tolerance issues in their newer models, and things were kind of off kilter or bent or sideways or something like that. So I can understand that, but just because a company is doing the same thing that most people do, instead of throwing like a real steel trade on it, throwing their own company's logo on it, I don't see what's wrong with that. So that's that rant. Please let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. But that is, to my understanding, what is going on with this. And with that whole discussion out of the way, let's take a second to thank another one of our channel sponsors, Dubby. Dubby provides good, clean energy for us airsofters and gamers alike. They have a whole myriad of flavors. And with that whole discussion out of the way, let's take a second to thank another one of our channel sponsors, Dubby. Dubby provides nice, good, clean energy. I absolutely love it. I need to go restock up on my container because I've been having a busy week editing videos. So if you go check them out there, let me know what flavor I should get, and you might see it in the next video. Use code TACTOPTIM at Dubby and help support the channel. Let them know that we sent you so that I can complete another one of my goal of having my own energy drink line. I think I want to call it Tracer BBs. I think that'll be a good airsoft reference. So use code TACTOPTIM over there, and let's get back to the video. So all in all, who is the SSQ4 for? You get it? 4-4? Haha. I believe that if you are an AG user or an HPA user who wants to try out gas blowback, but are hesitant to the low capacity, the work that comes with filling up with green gas and everything, and some of the struggles that come there, this is for you. This is your competitive alternative that is a nice intro into the GBB feel, but not necessarily the full GBB experience. It gives you higher capacities, snappy trigger response, a quick rate of fire, and you don't have to worry about gas. You can just use HPA, especially if you're an HPA player. You already have the tank and everything, so that's part of the cost there. It is a premium rifle where it costs in like the $600 area. So that is a little bit of a deterrent, but I would honestly tell you to try it out with the normal bolt setup. If you want just a little bit more recoil, go for the steel bolt, or use the normal bolt until that fails and then just upgrade to the steel bolt. Both come with an impasse, both allow you to adjust your FPS. Run it at 120 PSI. I think that is the best optimal PSI for this, and use some heavyweight BBs, 3.2 and higher. If you're a gas blowback user who wants an HPA setup, but you still want that hard kicking feel of a gas blowback, this right now is not for you. I do see that they are testing out a steel bolt. I heard that they are not happy with it, mainly because of the air efficiency that comes with it. But me personally, I play open plays a lot where the game modes last about 10-15 minutes. We have free air refill if you buy the pass. So if the thing runs out after 3 games, I'm fine with it. I can just refill my air. I would love to test this out with the kick, but as it is right now, this is my go-to. This seems to be my main setup for the time being, because I do love how snappy it is, how quick it is. I do love that I can compete with all the speed softers on the field. No hard feeling, I enjoy Speedsoft too. We'll have a Speedsoft video up on the channel soon. But if you're a hardcore through and through gas blowback user that just wants an HPA adapter for it, this isn't for you. Maybe go out and buy a Wellpro M4 and buy their adapter, throw that in there. That would be probably a good alternative, or just wait for them to hopefully release the full-size bolt. This has been the SSQ4 Q&A. Hopefully I got to all of your comments, but in short video formats. I know I probably didn't, so if you still have a comment, leave it in the comment section below. I will make sure to try and answer them. I do love seeing your comments, both the good, the bad, and the ugly, because it helps inform my decisions going forward and keeping me a neutral person if I hear everyone's perspective on stuff. I've currently had a good time with this. I hope that continues and nothing bad happens. So for now, I'll be using this bad boy. We're going to the field this weekend to have another game day sesh to hopefully get some footage with this. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully next week there'll be video out on this. But yeah, as always, stay safe, have fun, play airsoft. This is Tacked Up with the SSQ4, signing out.
Less recoil than my double eagle. Why'd you get a dust cover that says 300 blackout? Biggest disappointment in the whole world. A worse MWS, you can get a double eagle for almost half the price. Noverage, the apple of the airsoft world, steal ideas and call it their own. Oh good, more Noverage slop. Next. I have a heavy ass full size aircraft aluminum AR and can hold it and shoot it with